What's up, guys? It's Sebastian Castillo here, and now I have officially arrived in the beautiful city of Vilnius, Lithuania. Just chilling here, giving my legs a little rest because I've been walking like a madman, and for some reason those public use scooters are rejecting my credit cards, so I'm on foot for the time being. I wanted to make a quick video about the internal conflict that some of us might feel when it comes to working and going out and living your life. Because it's a fact that life is short and we're gonna die one day, and we never know when the plug is gonna get pulled, so to speak. So on the one hand, you want to YOLO. You want to go out and spend your money, go have experiences, and enjoy. Meet new people, meet some girls, chase your passions, whatever it is that makes you feel alive, no matter what anyone says. On the other hand, the fact of the matter is, life is expensive. Living a good life is expensive. And that has never been more true than today. Inflation is ridiculous. A lot of the countries, cities, places that people typically thought were, fairly affordable are much more expensive now. Lithuania, for the longest time, based on my research, was fairly affordable. Now, it's been developed, right? I mean, it looks like a first world city. It's quite nice, very clean. Everything works, but it ain't cheap. As soon as I crossed into the EU the other day from Belarus, that was fairly apparent. I was getting spoiled with Belarus, just like I was getting spoiled with Mexico and Colombia. These are fairly cheap places still, very affordable, especially if you're staying long term. When you're traveling and you're staying a week here, a week there, or a month here, a month there, it is going to add up, because short-term rentals and going out to eat and transportation and all these extra fees that come up, they add up. But I don't have a specific conclusion to share with you guys. It's just really, you have to assess where you're at in life. What I can tell you is I met a guy from Egypt in Minsk, but he naturalized as a US citizen many years ago. He became a programmer, like a UX, UI designer, one of those things. He's making good money working in big tech companies, and saved, invested, got some real estate, Airbnb'd it, put some money into the market, stuff like that, right? And he's, I think, in his late 30s, early 40s. And we were having a conversation, and he was telling me, man, if I could go back to being 30 again, like you, I would work twice as hard. And that really hit home, because at the end of the day, yeah, you want to live your life and you don't want to just keep putting things off, right? Maybe this summer you told yourself you would go take that trip, but then you looked at your bank account and you decided, well, I could do it, but I'd rather wait another year. Such and such a city is not going anywhere, but I'd rather have a lot more money to be able to enjoy myself comfortably next year. And you can decide to do that, or you can decide, hey, tomorrow isn't guaranteed, and at the end of the day, once I get there, once I make that extra 100K, once I get to 1 million, whatever it is, who's to say I'm still not going to feel this lack, right? Who's to say that when I go stay in the $200 a night hotel, that I'm not still going to be dissatisfied and feel like, damn, well, I want to stay in the $500 a night hotel, but I don't have the money for that, right? You're always going to have another level, especially in the money game. That's partly what makes it fun and makes it interesting, because you can get to those levels and you can meet people who are at those levels. You can rearrange your schedule, you can read the right books, take courses, coaching, all the stuff that gets you into those levels, for sure. But at the same time, It's like you got to enjoy your life. You know, you're getting older. So for me personally, this trip to Europe, I decided to do it with the intention of seeing these places and psychologically kind of putting myself in that spot where I need to force myself to grow. I need to force myself to go out and make more money and see what's possible. Because the thing about living in a place like Latin America is you get comfortable, especially, it's not rocket science to go out and make $2,000-$3,000 a month with a basic service like appointment setting or closing or some kind of programming, copywriting, whatever it is, right? It's not a walk in the park, but it's very, very doable by most people of average intelligence. But where the rubber meets the road is really getting to those higher levels, 10K a month, 20K a month, so on and so forth. And really putting pedal to the metal to do that. So to kind of wrap it up, basically you have to decide if you're at a point financially and in your life where you want to take some time to go out and live and treat yourself and just fulfill those other necessary parts of life, like your social life, your love life, your fitness, just going out and pursuing your passions, the stuff that makes life worth living. But at the same time, if you feel like you can be patient, you can wait another year, another 2 years to go and do that. And if you have something in your hand, an avenue to go out and make that money and put yourself in a better spot, then by all means do it, right? Everybody's situation is different. You have to look at all of those nuances. But I'll tell you, and the last thing I'm going to say is probably one of the worst things in the world is to put that time, put that effort in, go learn these things, pay for the coaching, and not get to where you want to be. Even if you did put the work in, even if you put the time in, all of those things. And unfortunately, that's a fact of life. Nothing is guaranteed. You could pay the $8,000 to go take that sales coaching program from this guru where everyone else is supposedly making 15, 20, 30K a month. It might not work for you. And people can say, oh, well, if that doesn't work for you, it's because you messed up. You can do everything very, very well. Circumstances might happen to throw you off course, right? It's just a fact of life. It's not because you're lazy, it's not because you're inadequate or you're incompetent. It's because it just didn't work out. And that is a fact of life. That's a risk that you have to be willing to take if you want to get to those higher levels. But the worst thing is to go through that process and still end up maybe a little further ahead, but still very, very far from where you actually want to be. So the question you have to ask yourself in that case is it really going to be worth continuing to grind and wait for another year or 2 or 3 and still not be guaranteed that you're going to be in that better position where supposedly you're going to be able to enjoy travel or your passion or whatever it is to a higher extent because you have more money? Because if you don't have that money, then that means you basically almost wasted that 1, 2, or 3 years. And you could have gotten and enjoyed yourself and not given a shit. That's the thing you have to be considering. So hope you like this video, guys. I know it was a little all over the place, but I'll be bringing more to you very soon. This is a beautiful city. I do recommend you come out and visit because it's not crazy expensive. It's not like Germany. I don't feel like I'm being scammed at every corner. So definitely worth a visit. Take care.